Hello everyone! You won't be surprised, but it's me Pavlo, and today we'll be talking about this gadget. It's iFi ZEN DAC, recently released third version of this popular digital to analog converter. It gathered a lot of popularity when it was first released, and since then, as you can easily guess by third version, it got two updates. And the most recent one still features signature design and uses Burr-Brown chipset. Add here amplifiers that gives more than 300 milliwatts for 32 ohms load for the balanced output, and more than 210 for the single-ended out. Also, it supports high resolution, DSD, MQA, and has a bunch of iFi signature features like X-Base Plus and others. It's targeted towards, I'd say, entry-middle segment. Price is $230 or euros, depending on your market, country, and taxes, and so on. And as usual for iFi, it's a really interesting device, so let's have a closer look. Traditionally, box is pretty minimalistic with product photo and all signature features listed here. You can pause this video and take a look, and also you're getting full specifications, features, and stuff like that. But of course, the most interesting is the contents of the box. So we're getting short manual, stickers, warranty card. Also here goes deck itself. What a cute, nice guy. And a bit of accessories. Not much, actually. You're getting 6.3mm adapter, pretty decent RCA cable, and USB Type-C to USB Type-A cable. So that's all what you are getting here, and if you want power supply, you have to buy it separately. iFi offers a pretty great power supply that is created for the audio purposes if you want to give the additional power to this device. Or it can run from USB power, but let's talk more about this in the next part of the video. Tastes differ, of course, but in my opinion, design is great. From the early beginning, iFi designers were really brave in working with shapes, and for their ZEN lineup, they created this unusual shape, which looks pretty good on the table, and for the new version, they found interesting color combination. You can see that front panel is partially black, partially green with unusual texture, and this color actually like, I don't know, light bronze, and adding here interesting tint of gray for the overall case, it gives a nice, interesting, a bit vintage, but at the same time pretty modern look. So it will look great on the table, but of course it's not like some other devices without their own design that will fit to any style. If you are picky about the style, you'll need to get like desktop accessories that will match here and so on. But it's still really stylish. It's made of metal, it has a pretty nice weight, so it feels nice and solid. Nothing is shaking, is rattling, really solidly built device. On the bottom we have silicone feet that already glued, and I like it. And all controls are located on the rear and front panel. So on the rear we have USB Type-C for digital input and for power, or a separate socket for DC 5-volt power supply. Also we have RCA line out if you need it, and balanced line out, it's Pentacon. Also here you can toggle turn on and off volume control. It works both for the line out and headphones output, so if you turn it to fixed, internal volume control will be bypassed. On the front panel, probably main thing is of course the volume control. It's analog and it's really smooth in rotation, and it's really pleasant to touch. So nice feeling by rotating. Here used the really good potentiometer, so no channel disbalance or something like that. And also there is a LED ring indicator that changes color based on the signal's resolution. Two outputs, 6.3mm and 4.4 pentacon balanced. And two toggles, so X base, you press it and you're getting more bass, and the power match, you press it and basically you're getting more power. And you press it once again, you're getting less power and less background noise. So basically it's like a gain switch, but a bit more sophisticated with iFi signature technologies. So in my opinion, it looks really great. If you're interested in power consumption, here are the figures. So it's with Meze Empyrean 2 as a load on my average listening volume and without activating power match function. And of course about the sound, I won't pretend that I'm building some kind of system here, so it's just Meze Empyrean 2 to look good on this table. Actually, first version of Empyrean will probably better match the knob of this device, but pure black second version also looks really good. I like this combination. And M17, it can work as a transport, but I decided that I won't be connecting it here. It's here just to show you a few examples, so it's for the illustrative purposes. But you can use it as a transport. It doesn't make much sense, of course, but it's doable. So, in terms of sound, iFi continue being true to their traditions. It's natural. It's not 100% natural, with slight hint of added warmth, but actually not too much. So I can't call it like warm or smooth, but it definitely offers like wholesome, coherent representation without focusing on micro contrast. But at the same time, of course, you'll get all the details you'll need. So, bass is deep, it's well controlled, it has a hint of additional weight, but really slight. It doesn't spoil the impact, so when it's necessary, it can be punchy. It's not trying to be super fast or super impactful, and also it's not trying to overwhelm you with amount of deep bass rumble, but at the same time, when necessary, it delivers all nuances of timbre-rich instruments, and that hint of additional weight gives them additional body, and it sounds really musical. And example is classical audiophilic track. It's Doug McLeod, Break the Chain, well recorded, and here used double bass, probably double bass or some acoustic bass, and it sounds really nice, full-bodied, with a good amount of control, which is also necessary, so it stays on its place and not shadowing mids and vocals and instruments. Mid frequencies are done in emotional manner. Emotions are definitely highlighted here, and it's really suit vocals, both male and females, that emotional type of vocals, so they're getting a hint of additional intimacy, but not too much. Dynamics is good, resolution is really nice, but this device doesn't make focus on the micro contrast, so it's pretty forgiving for the poorly recorded stuff. Details are present, they are just not highlighted or boosted. Imaginary stage is above average in width, and in depth, width is slightly better than depth. It's not super spacious, but nice and nicely rendered and well done. So, if you're a fan of like emotional and musical representation, it's a great match for you. And as an example, it's Arena, the Hourglass, and I often recommend Arena if you just like beautiful like rock music. They have catchy tunes, great vocal, nice riffs. They are not heavy. They use a lot of synthesizers, keyboards, and stuff like that. And they are great in composing lyrics and some catchy tunes. And it sounds really pleasant, and thanks to the emotional representation of this device, vocal is really catches you, like immerses you, and you really getting hooked to the vocal line. And the treble, it's slightly smoothed, not too much, but it's definitely not super sharp, super piercing or something like that. But at the same time, it's not smoothed to be absolutely comfortable. So with sharp records, with records where sibilance is present, it will be represented but not highlighted. Extension is above average, layering is kind of basic, but it's something that expected in this price tier. But basic and the higher overtones are really nice, and that slight smoothness allows them to showcase them even better with many records, because treble gets a bit less energy, so you can focus more on less sharp representation, but still it's technical enough to give you all that nuances. And example for the treble, it's Brothers in Arms by Dire Straits. I rarely use Dire Straits as a track for examples or for critical listening, because I really like them and I enjoy all gear with Dire Straits, but it synergizes really well with this device. I really like that hint of added emotions that is really beneficial for tracks like that, and all high frequencies here sounds like really well balanced with this digital to analog converter. So if you want, for example, to tame sharpness a little bit, it can be an option, but just a little bit, don't expect too much. And the bass boost here, actually, it's kind of nice, probably, and it works pretty well, but I'm not a fan of bass boosted representation, so just not my cup of tea. But actually it works kind of good, not too much and not like too high, so boost just bass and in an adequate manner. Speaking about the pairings, it's not the most powerful device, but actually it's more than enough for vast majority of load that people will be using with it, almost all full-size headphones, including not hard to drive planars and stuff like that. With sensitive IEMs it's nice, with super sensitive I've heard a bit of background noise, but not too much, but only with super sensitive ones. Speaking about the compressions, actually the only model I've tested and I can recall, it's Fuse K7, but they are quite an opposite in representation. While this one is trying to be more a bit more weighty, a bit more highlighting emotions, feel closer to more natural sound, to more technical representation. So it's just an easy choice between those two. You need just to figure out what sound of signature you'd like. So to summarize, actually, if you like iFi sound, if you like their devices, or if you like musical representation in general, it's a really great offer in the lower mid segment with interesting design, good sound, and a lot of useful features. Thank you for listening, thank you for your attention, and of course have a great day.